I think with where technology is going, I'm sure we're going to have crises like this in the future. Sitting in a driverless car or, AI chopping vegetables for you, there are a lot of dangers. So we're going to talk about future of innovation when it comes to AI. But let's start with, just wanted to check, how many of you came today to become crypto millionaires?
I did.
Okay, sorry guys, you're in the wrong place. This is, my talk is more about burning cash rather than making cash. So that's what we're doing in the world of AI, trying out different things. So I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Cityfalcon, which was started in 2014 in London. And Brexit happened, so that brought me to Malta. And I've been here since. So let's... all the disclaimers first, because, I don't want you guys to come after me for anything that I say. So please make your own judgments, do your own research. Does anyone know this chart about what it's like to be an entrepreneur? Do people know this? Is that a nod or yes or no? Yeah. It's ups and downs, right? One day you feel like you're a hero. One day, sorry? Yeah, okay, yeah. One day you think like, why the hell am I doing this? I should be, I used to work for Microsoft, a nice, cushy job with a good pay at the end of the day. And then sometimes you think, yeah, this is amazing. So this is what life's been for me for the last 10 years. But something changed a couple of years back. And now I always have to think, what the fuck is OpenAI doing? What are they going to launch next? How is it going to change my life? And I think this it's not only OpenAI, but it's also the big tech. So if you are thinking of building any businesses now, you just don't have to, it's not only the now which is you have to worry about. It's about what these companies could be doing in the future. And that makes our life as entrepreneurs really difficult. Any examples from before the world of AI where this was also true? Any other company that you would be worried about when you launch something like, a photo app or something to do with navigation or booking hotels or something? Anyone? We were worried about Google, no? Because they would build something and they would put it out for free against you. So you want to build, a nice photo editing app or something around maps was another case wherein you want to monetize in some way and Google says, no, take it for free. Businesses take it for free. So as an entrepreneur, you're going to struggle. How are you going to make your money? And I think... Yeah, 5 years later, you burn all your cash, you go through all that stress, and then it's gone. And I think this is the danger of AI today as well, which is with all of this innovation happening, you start building something, and in 5 years, it may not be relevant. 5 years, your product may not be needed. So how do you deal with this situation? So that's going to be my focus. I don't have all the answers, so we can make it interactive. So if you guys have ideas, please stop me and speak up. So my journey really started in 2015 when we won an award so Twitter had a global startup competition, and I pitched, got selected in the top 10, ended up, they invited me to San Francisco in their office. We pitched and I came second. Unfortunately, there was no Donald Trump, so we lost to the Mexicans who got the first place. Could have been different. We could have got the first place otherwise. But this kind of really gave me a lot of confidence in the whole kind of saying that my idea has traction and I should continue working on this. So for us, we've raised about £5 million, so let's say 6 million euros till now. We are a team of 48 people. Some of my colleagues are here in the front. And really for us, it was in 2022 when we managed to raise our biggest round, which was 1.7 million, so about 2 million euros. And thankfully we had, does anyone know eToro? Yeah, so eToro is an investor in us, which helped us a lot. It's also one of our biggest clients. And we got some really big investors in this round. We have one investor who ran his company for 26 years, sold his company for £500 million, and he's been supporting us for the last few rounds. So just how many people are using eToro? Okay, so if you go into eToro and if you look at the news tab, so this is built by us. So on the top right, you will see the Cityfalcon logo. So we built this for them. We manage their traffic, and they had to add a few lines of code in the system to kind of integrate us. So this is what you can see, what we do. So we aggregate news content from 15,000 plus sources in 50 plus languages. We run it through natural language processing, some really cutting edge AI tools, and we kind of curate all that information. We have sentiment score on the right. We have a lot of things for investors and traders. So as Ferris said, today's session, we are giving out, 1 month for our gold subscription. So if you guys want to try the platform, and let me tell you one of the key features we have. So all of you guys, I'm guessing, are interested in whether it's stocks, cryptos, country, sector, literally anything in the financial world. And so what you can do on our platform is you can add those topics that you're interested in and decide how often you should get alerts. So you could say, send me an alert every hour or every week, every month, every 10 days, Monday to Friday. And what our system does, it looks at all the content that's relevant for you and then identifies the key stories. So you get it as push notifications. So this is our gold plan. We charge up to $20 a month, depending on whether you buy it for a month or a year. But it'll be free for you. So I'll have some coupons if you guys want to try it out at the end of this presentation. Another thing we have, just to quickly, how many people know about sector classification? Anyone's used sector classification? Okay, a few people at the back. So sector classification is interesting. Like if you think about Melita or, Vodafone, these are like telecom companies, broadband companies. If you're thinking about banks, HSBC and BOV, now this information is quite expensive for you to license. And also, when companies license this, it doesn't necessarily have AI as a sector. It's very old. It's run by people sitting in London who meet once in 6 months to decide what should be in a particular sector, what companies belong to a particular sector. So we've launched this new product, which is dynamic. It's AI derived. So if something new happens, generative AI comes out, it gets captured in our platform. So just to explain to you how it works. So we have something called smart portfolios. So let's ask a simple question. So how many people think AI is the future? Okay. How many people's portfolio has exposure to AI companies? Very few. So what about the rest? If you're building a pension portfolio, how do you know which companies to invest in? So what we do here is if you decide what sectors you're interested in or what sectors you think are the future, you can come to our platform and you can say, okay, I'm interested in AI or generative AI. And then we give you the information on which companies and to what extent. So there is a scoring that goes behind. And so if you say, okay, I want to invest $10,000 in these sectors, we can give you exactly how much you can invest in each company and get exposure to those sectors. So this is what we do. We are trying to integrate this in broker platforms through our API, but it's free for you to try for now on DCSE.ai. Another thing is to even understand what your portfolio has exposure to, what sectors. This is also something we allow you to do on our platform. So all you do is you put down the companies you're interested in, and you will get this information. Unfortunately, it's a bit difficult to do for crypto for now, but it's something that we're working on as well to give you that information. Another product we're launching is FinProm.ai, which is we're trying to build a kind of it's not as sophisticated, but to make it easy for you to understand, a ChatGPT for financial audience. So the financial audience is interested in, prices, charts, what is happening with businesses. So all of that information can be captured in a ChatGPT kind of way. And this is in beta right now, so we're launching soon. So these are the three things we do: Cityfalcon.ai, DCSE.ai, and FinProm.ai. So that's what my team of 48 people do. So let's start with the main course of this presentation. How many of you guys have played with a cassette? Okay, only except a few young ones. Everyone else has. And this was the state of fintech when I started the company. So to explain 2014, what was really interesting for me is that the banks really had bad user experiences. When you go onto your mobile phone trying to do internet banking, international transfer, you still had to go to your banks, do a lot of things. APIs weren't used as much as they're used now. And this is what excited me to start a company in fintech. Any other experiences in fintech from 2014 or 10 years back, which anyone wants to share?
Basically, the multi-spends apps, they are still based on their system of 10 years ago, and they are really managed to improve.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's the reality from the multi-spends.
Yeah. Anyone else? But the exportable experiences now for people, like with the newer apps, be it Revolut or Wise or Me Direct in Malta, how do people feel about that? Is it better now?
It's much better than comparing to the past.
Yeah, and that's been a big leap of kind of a change, if I may say. And Revolut has done well because they made it easy for you to sign up, easy for you to do a lot of things. You had this in Ukraine.
10 years ago, for sure.
Yes.
We still don't.
Yes.
It's a very good case, actually, Ukrainian online banking. And they're trying to do a business now in Iwantena. I don't remember the name of that. Just a good case of really user experience at Pines. It's actually impact.
Yeah, and it's getting better. It's easier for average people to understand what to do within the apps, which was very difficult early on. And so this is the really interesting and scary thing for me. The disruption that we've seen in technology in the last 10 years, and something that has accelerated in the last, let's say, few years because of AI, is good and scary at the same times. Good because now you can do things much faster. Bad because I started a company in 2014. I spent 10 years building a lot of stuff. If I were to do it again, I could now build it in 3. Maybe in 2 years' time, it'll be 6 months. Maybe after that, you don't have to do anything and machines do everything for you. So this disruption has been quite difficult to kind of work through. But on the positive side, obviously, it's making things easier for us, as we know. So how many people, let's take a vote, how many people think AI is good for humanity? And AI is not good for humanity? Okay, few people. And the undecided, hopefully you can decide at the end of this presentation. People understand what APIs are? Okay, most people. But just quickly for anyone who doesn't, and APIs are like really useful in technology, is how systems talk to each other. Okay, earlier we had a problem where you had to integrate something into another system, you had to merge code and do a lot of things. Now all you do is you have an API and systems talk to each other, which has made it much easier to work. To give you an example, if you are on Google Maps and you want to, they sometimes give you could take a Bolt, which will cost you €7, and it'll be there in 2 minutes. Now that happens by using API. So Google is using Bolt's API, and Google is sending the information saying this person wants to go from location A to location B, and Bolt responds back. And that's how APIs work. So that really helps us a lot. ChatGPT, is it good or bad? It's good? Yeah.
It brought me so many emails.
It got you so many automated emails?
The email that I need to write, it's wrote for me.
Interesting. Okay. We need to have this. Yeah. Lydia works in my team, so we need to have a conversation. Anyone else? ChatGPT, good or bad? Bad. Why is it bad for you? Censoring too much. Okay. Anyone else? Very good if you create the right prompts, you can use it. Yeah. So when ChatGPT was launched, I couldn't sleep for 3 nights because I didn't know if my company really was required anymore, and whether we should continue investing in the company or not. Thankfully, a few months later, what I realized was it's good, but it's not good enough for people in finance yet. This is the thing. With AI, and we'll talk a little bit about it, does anyone know like what is the accuracy rate of things that you do with AI? Is it 100%? Yeah, it's lower than 100%, right? But what do people expect? 100%, right? So imagine cases where, how many people have had cases where they've traveled abroad and their debit card or credit card was blocked? Why is that happening? Why does it? Because it's trying to think, I mean, that was not AI, but machine learning and maybe rule-based, but it's not perfect. Or another case is when actually Facebook started censoring topics around crypto or political issues. And you see a lot of people getting banned for what Facebook thinks are related to those things, but maybe they're not. And this is where AI is not. And this gives us some time, at least that's how I think about my company, to get in there and say, okay, we've got these AI tools. How do we use them in finance and hopefully do a better job than, let's say, OpenAI can do for now? But there is no guarantee, which is scary for us as well. Does anyone know Jetsons? A few people from the slightly older generation, if I may say, including me. Yeah, I wanted to play a video, but I think we have an issue with the sound. But let's see if we can play it without sound. Oh, no, we don't have it. Where is Ferris? It's on the computer. Okay. All right, sorry, guys. But if you want to go to Google and look for Jetsons, it's very interesting. It's from the 80s, 90s, I don't remember, but it's all about automation. So, how you get ready, you don't do anything. The robot gives you your shoes. It puts your shoes on for you. Like everything is done by robots. And then you go to work and you have to press 2 buttons on and off. And that's what you do all day. So that's one way of thinking, like really in the future what happens. And we don't need a lot of people at work to do this. And this was in 80s, 90s. So they kind of came up with, they predicted what's going to happen. So big tech, who's afraid of big tech? And why are you guys afraid? Anyone sharing?
They're getting too much power.
They have too much power. Okay. Monopoly.
Complete control of information.
Yes. Yes. Control.
Collusion with the state.
Collusion with the state. Okay. What else? Manipulation. Okay. Yeah, but this is the scary sci-fi scenario, right? If you remember a lot of sci-fis, it's always the big tech, big companies against the governments, or big companies against the people. And this is one of the reasons that the governments, be it EU or US governments or others, want to break up these companies. So there is a lot of pressure on Facebook to, unbundle Instagram, for example. Or Facebook is now thinking about, is being forced into a subscription model in Europe. So you have to pay a monthly fee for them to not use your data and not get advertising. And same with, the stuff that Google is doing. So if you were to work at DeepMind, does anyone know DeepMind? That's owned by Google. Yeah. Do you know what the salary of an engineer there is? Average salary? Yeah, up to $500,000. Yeah, for most people. So that's the kind of money they're spending on getting engineers to build, a lot of the stuff that we are seeing. And the governments are only going to be behind. So, and the big tech, the challenge is that, let's say a few years back, we would have thought, okay, they are on the internet, they are in media, but now they're in everything. They want to get into healthcare, finance, like every area of your life, they want to control. Microsoft's doing that. They invested in OpenAI, I think a $10 billion investment. They are hiring more and more AI teams to work there. So all of that cash that's sitting with these big tech is being deployed to automate things and is basically take out the other markets. So the challenge here is that obviously one, and that's not the theme of this presentation, but we are going towards an area where it could be universal basic income for us. So we don't have to go to work, and the government gives us a fixed monthly payment, and that's how life is going to be. But unfortunately, it's difficult to do in the developing world. I'm originally from India, 1 billion people. You're going to struggle to do that. Yeah. Okay, this is a stock price. So I mainly invest in stocks, been investing in for 20 years. So that's my area. And I spend a lot of time daily to research stuff. Any idea which stock this is, which has gone crazy in the last few months? NVIDIA. Why is it going up so much?
Because they make the chips. I've researched it. I've looked for.
Yes, hardware. Yes. So NVIDIA is a very interesting story because they did well with gaming. So gamers used to love GPUs in their computers, so they did really well. Then came the crypto miners, okay, and now it's AI. So this company is minting money. Like their profit margins are unbelievable on the products because they really don't have much competition. So my ex-flatmate from London, he invested in NVIDIA way long time back. And I asked him why he did that. And he said, he didn't understand finance much then, now he does. But he said, all the best people, the best engineers are going to this company. Okay? And a lot of it was to do probably with gaming because engineers like gaming. Not generalizing, but a lot do, right? So a lot of that went there. And then now, if you think about it, Twitter, Elon Musk, when he took over Twitter, he said he's going to buy, I don't know the exact number, it was 10,000 or 100,000 GPUs to process all the data that's on Twitter. All the companies, OpenAI needs a lot of GPUs to manage, and all of that comes from NVIDIA right now. As a company, one of the biggest costs for us, so we spend about 300,000 euros a year just on Amazon. AWS, wherein we take the GPUs and the CPUs for them. So it's one of our biggest costs. And this is the thing with AI. I mean, everyone talks about AI, but it's not cheap. For you to work with AI, you need a lot of data to go in, which means you need to pay for a lot of storage. Then you need a lot of processing power. So I always have this discussion with my engineers and data scientists because, like this morning, they decided to take 20 servers on AWS. And I'm like, how much is the cost? It's like $5,000 a month. Just for that, yeah.
Always spile or let's say, these are projects that centralized.
Yeah, it is true. We looked at decentralized and we looked at even like providers in Malta where we can do it. It just fell off because of all the priorities in the business. Like we have to take care of clients. But I agree with you that if I were to start business again, I would probably not use AWS. Also for us, we work with a lot of financial institutions, and they prefer that you're on AWS because it's certified and keeps the legal teams happy. But it's a very expensive cost for the business. So anyone thinking of doing this using AI, think twice about how you're going to manage these costs. So I've been doing presentations here for a while, so some people are familiar, so maybe I spoke about this before. But does anyone know about this case where Facebook created some product where they had two bots talking to each other? And initially it was in English, but then the bots figured out that English is a very inefficient language, which we know it is. And so they created their own language, which humans cannot understand. And so they had to shut down the project. So these are the scary sci-fi scenarios that we should be worried about. Yeah. Yeah, at least you're right. Humans can shut it down now. Maybe in the future you can't. So once they have feelings, Yeah. So what is the AI strategy for entrepreneurs? So how many of you run their own businesses? Okay. And how many of you are thinking about starting new businesses? A few. Okay. So what is your strategy going to be, given that the big tech is there and there's AI and automation? So I don't have too many slides now, so you guys can talk a little bit more, so you can share. Keep costs low. But what kind of business are you going, like what area? You don't have to share your idea, but is it in healthcare or finance or crypto or?
No, it's around drones.
Around drones. Okay. All right. Anyone else? So what is your strategy going to be? Sorry? Studying? Studying AI. Okay.
Much of a leap between what a guy like me who says to.
Sure. But how do you still not, how are you not worried that you will study and you will build something, but the big tech will do it faster than you and on a much higher scale? Much. Okay.
Has over that there is room for everyone. What you have to focus on is the ratio between quality and your price and how you hit the market and how much marketing you have on it. Because we have proofs of so many products, services that are hard and that are successful just because they had a great marketing.
Yes. Yes. But also there are a lot of products, like 99% of them fail. So we don't hear about them. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
So personally, I feel that with a lot of huge gap.
So you see more opportunities.
I see that it's here expected to measure twice and cut once. That's the time in which we are. So otherwise, you wipe the wheel.
Understood. All right. Anyone else?
There's
Any
a microphone
ideas?
here?
Sorry. Go on. Oh, there's a microphone there. Okay. Everyone's shy. So big tech, what could your strategy be with big tech? Providing services for big tech.
Money from the rich.
She's our accountant. Yes.
Hey, why do you want you to be thick? I don't understand what's this.
No, I didn't say you have to go. I'm saying what can you do with? Yes.
Maybe it's not that if you want to make the two big thing thoughts.
Crypto, as you said, maybe is not your favorite field. But right now, for example, everybody needs a node in all these different blockchains, right? And this is the next step of the evolution of technology. You run nodes, for example, right? You don't need to go against them, you go with them.
Yes.
You become part that they need. So
Agreed. And that's what it is, yes. Any other ideas on that? How do you collaborate with big tech? But don't annoy them. Yes. Okay, fair enough. That's general rule in life, right? Do it for love. Yes. Any other thoughts? Okay. What was that? Avoid tax. So big tech, what a lot of companies are doing, a lot of smart, engineers coming out from schools are doing is that they're specializing in going deep vertically into some technology. And so we're talking about AI. We know there are a lot of challenges. And so you could build the next, efficient database for AI or something that does faster processing. So I don't have to spend a lot of money on AWS. So something really technical and deep is what you can build, and you hope that you can sell it to one of these companies. And your example of nodes is also relevant. If they don't have that and they want to go to the markets quickly, then they could, it's always about build or partner or buy. And partnering and buy is usually faster than building yourself. And I used to work for Microsoft, so I know how things work. Very slow. For us, we've launched these new products where we believe that, the DCSE is where we are investing most, which is our sector classification, wherein we don't see much from the big tech and AI companies right now.
And if I understood correctly, is it
so? Yeah, so you can do your smart portfolio. You can, instead of, if you were to buy today, so I don't know how many people invest in mutual funds. Oh, okay. So how do you guys save for retirements? Okay, everything in crypto, yeah? Bitcoin, yes. Okay, I see it. I know. But let's say most of the non-crypto people invest in mutual funds that are in your pension portfolio that, when you retire at 60, 65, you have some money.
You'll go home crying after this event.
Yeah, but...
we retire at 40 here with crypto.
That's a good one, actually, yeah. But the problem with these funds is that most of the money goes to fund managers, right? So when you invest money, you don't do it. So you want to go directly to the source. And same with brokers. If you were to invest through brokers, they're going to take 0.5% transaction cost. Even on crypto, it is quite expensive for you to trade on a lot of platforms. And I think one of the innovations that we've seen is blockchain, which is not, I think, been used to its potential, but even in trading and investing in the markets, you could significantly cut down the cost. So there are a lot of opportunities there. So we are trying to build a way for users to build their own index. So if you were to invest in S&P 500, it's expensive because the fund manager is going to take money. Or the fund manager has to pay S&P to actually use S&P 500. And we want to avoid all of those things. So that's our focus, really. But we want to work with brokers and others who, unfortunately, will still charge you commission, but it'll be less than if you were to invest in a mutual fund or another place. And if you guys want to read up about mutual funds, but forget about it. You want, 200% return in a year, right? Something like that. Mutual funds won't work for you. But there is now, Bitcoin ETF that could work, yeah. So, the thing that you can do now, at least in my experience, is to specialize. If you start trying to build a broader horizontal service, trying to do too many things at the same time, which was okay before, 5 to 10 years before, but now it's really difficult to do. And I'm talking about from a finance perspective. So at Cityfalcon, we started with aggregating news. Then we started with aggregating what companies file on the stock exchanges. We started adding more data. And then we realized that we're not going to be able to compete in that space. So now we are going deeper into a few things rather than trying to do everything. And that seems to be the trend now with everything that's happening. Any ideas on specialization that anyone's heard of or thinking about where big tech doesn't come in or you don't have to be worried?
I don't think that there's any area that big tech is not under. So to be honest, it's like...
Yeah. But there could be some areas. So it's one of my next slides where... let's ask that question now. Can you think of anything there where big tech may not be involved? Big tech may not do... Like you still have opportunities to build your business. What?
Since you have, geographically speaking, you have some big tech being more in certain areas. Others, say, have Facebook in the West.
Yeah. No, but I mean from sector perspective. So, for example, technology, we know that it's very difficult to beat this big tech, right? Finance, maybe it's also difficult because it'll be algorithms running the stock markets.
So I can see you're quite against crypto.
I didn't say anything against crypto.
But yes, because it's just funny for you to invest in crypto and you don't invest in mutual funds for some reason.
Sure.
Decentralized physical infrastructure. Web3. Decentralized finance. These are
places that will never be invested, for example, at least not in the next, for sure, 1 year, by the big tech.
Why?
Because it's completely decentralized. This doesn't come into their, let's say, structure of... That's why I asked you, just an example. How would you compare the Amazon, let's say, online storage to this kind of completely decentralized places like Arweave and Filecoin, right? So what I'm trying to say is that the whole crypto sector, doesn't matter which one it is, metaverse, any of the categories that currently are in crypto, they have very small amount of, let's say, big tech in. Gaming sector, for example. Currently, there is maybe only one or two, like Disney and Ubisoft, that have invested, but in like one game. What I'm trying to say, this is the next step, and big tech is like very, very much behind. The same situation with the finance. You have BlackRock, Fidelity, and the rest just coming in, right? I mean, start from Bitcoin and then go to the altcoins. The whole crypto sector is completely away from the big tech, at least for now.
Yeah. So this is a crypto thing, so I'm not going to say anything against crypto, and I don't want to be stabbed or shot or anything here. I mean, it's your choice on how you deploy your capital. So the only reason I said mutual funds is that there is a risk-reward profile to look at, right? So I don't want to take a risk now because I want to save something for my retirement. So a lot of people do mutual funds. It's safer than for me to try innovative, disruptive things that you talk about. The challenge about what you said is decentralized, yes, if you can control and humans are not involved, absolutely. But Gaming, probably not. Microsoft is big into gaming, and they're going to do a lot of. But my question was really any sectors where you think big tech may not be able to. So decentralized, yes, but other sectors where they cannot come through. Come on, think about it. What's art? Interesting. Okay. So digital art, but maybe someone wants to buy physical art. Okay. All right. What else? Hospitality. Very good. So you're serving people. So unless robots have this...
There are already robots in Asia serving people.
No, but I think what hospitality is more about personal touch, communication, which maybe robots may have future. Yeah, it's exactly the right line. What other sectors could you be looking at? Psychology, so like therapy. Yeah, it's a bit dangerous that most therapists use the standard approach to doing things. So maybe computers... Yeah, it's a tough one. Personal touch, yes. Personal touch, yes. You were saying something? Government service, maybe, yeah. Governments will keep, yeah. So if you want to work with the governments, you're... Building construction, okay, interesting, yeah. What else? Chatbots. But chatbots, again, the big tech can do it as technology, you know. Of course. So the challenge for us is that what we see... Yeah, but what we see now on OpenAI and all these websites is what we see now, but they have teams working on which will come out 1 year, 2 year, 5 years down. We don't know. And that's the scary thing. Okay.
Craftsmanship.
Craftsmanship.
I'm thinking about plummeting.
About what?
Plummeting.
Plummeting.
Microsoft will never fix your toilet.
Plumbing, you mean?
Yes.
Yes. Exactly. But that's right. So... Plumbing business, yes. So this is the challenge for us. Actually, there's a slide after this. Yeah. So let's talk about this one, right? So I love table tennis, and if AI takes over everything we do, we don't have a lot of things to do at work. We spend time with recreation, entertainment, personal touch, hospitality. My next thing is I would want to build a sports center in Malta because I miss that. So things like that is where you could be looking at. At least that's what my thoughts are about entrepreneurship now. So this is a quote about kind of unknown unknowns. So we have no idea what is being built right now. And that makes life very difficult as entrepreneurs, and a lot of areas in life. So, what do you do? Do you stay in a full-time job, save some money so that when universal basic income comes, you are better off than the other people, or put your money somewhere, or convert it into gold, which a lot of people are doing, gold coins, for example. So there's a lot of unknowns here, which is affecting entrepreneurship, which is affecting our life. Any thoughts from people? Anyone ready for doomsday, having a bag of things you need if something goes wrong in their house? Gold coins, yes. A lot of my friends do that, collect gold coins. Anything else people are doing? Guns, okay. This man is interesting. I am totally in for crypto. Okay, just so that you know. Yeah. Anything else?
Water filters.
Water filters, yes. Yeah, maybe food you want to store at home if something goes wrong and we have civil unrest, right? Sorry, these are scenarios of things could go wrong, but it's a lot of unknowns. Power banks, yes. And we saw that being used a lot in Ukraine during the war. Yes. And this is the thing, right, which a lot of us need to know. So if you're running a business or whatever, this is going to happen. It's not going to be fair. So ups and downs, and you may lose. You may have to shut down the business. And sorry for ending on that sad note. But unfortunately, that's the reality. So open to any questions, discussions, comments. Thank you.